हेलो हाय आदाब और सत श्री अकाल। एक बार फिर से आप लोगों के बीच मैं आपका अमराज आरजे अभिनव दोबारा आ गया हूं 90.4 मेगाहर्ट्ज कम्युनिटी रेडियो ज्ञानवाणी यानी कि ज्ञान की वाणी पर। आज दोबारा से नो योर फैकल्टी सेगमेंट लेकर आया हूं और आज जो हमारे बीच हैं उनके बारे में कुछ चीजें आपको बता देता हूं, तारुफ कराता हूं। जी हाँ, दोबारा से एक बार फिर से, बल्कि मैं कहूंगा तिबारा से स्कूल ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी एंड बायोइंफॉर्मेटिक्स से आई हैं हमारे पास असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, जिनका नाम है ज्योति। जी हाँ, बिल्कुल ज्योति की तरह ही उतनी ब्राइट हैं और उतनी प्रज्वलित हैं और हम लोगों को रोशनी देने के लिए यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। तो उनके बारे में कुछ चीजें बताता हूँ और उसके बाद करेंगे हम उनसे सवाल जवाब और कुछ पूछताछ। जी, Dr. Jyoti is assistant professor at the School of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, D.Y. Patel University. She has 19 years of experience in teaching and research. She has a doctorate in Zoology and has been handling subjects like human anatomy and physiology, cell and development biology, molecular biology, and genetics. Her major research interests are in antibiotics, antimicrobials and their resistance, and nanomaterials and their applications. This has led to development of meaningful scientific content and data published in journals of international repute. She has guided several undergraduate and postgraduate research students, especially in institutes, and one PhD student has completed doctorate under her guidance. She plays important role in the school administration as a part of key committees like the IQAC and the ICC. She is also the members of BOS for Biotechnology for Patkar Vade College, Goregaon. Her hobbies include writing articles, fiction and poetry, and is especially interested in science fiction and is exploring poetry and science. Well, definitely we will ask the question about Christopher Nolan's movie, Oppenheimer. She believes that teaching is a noble profession because the teachers selflessly transfer hard-earned life skills to students, much like how only parents would do for their children. Well, wonderful. बिल्कुल सही बात बोली है और जो एंड में जो बात कही उन्होंने बिल्कुल सही है। जो उनका मंत्रा है जिसको वो लेकर चलती है लाइफ में। बहुत बहुत ज्यादा वेलकम करता हूँ आपका। वेरी वार्म वेलकम फॉर यू मिस ज्योति। हाउ आर यू?
Thank you so much. I am doing very well and I am very excited to be here and very happy to meet you in person.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम। और अब कुछ सवालात हैं तो सबसे पहले तो एक यही सवाल जो शुरुआत के दौर का होता है, शुरुआत में पूछना चाहिए भी और पूछा जाता है जानने के लिए आपके बारे में। टेल अस अबाउट योर जर्नी हियर एट डी.वाई. पाटिल यूनिवर्सिटी। व्हेन डिड यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग हियर एंड हाउ हैव यू इवॉल्व्ड एज अ टीचर एंड ह्यूमन बीइंग?
All right. So looking back, I joined D.Y. Patel in the year 2004. So it has been 19 years now over here, and it was my very first job. So whatever evolution as a teacher I've had, it has been on D.Y. Patel itself. So I owe D.Y. Patel all this. Having said that, the profession of a teacher actually is quite a handful, you know.
Yes.
मतलब lectures एक के बाद एक आते रहते हैं. So in the initial phase, it's very difficult. For preparing a lecture for 1 hour, actually you have to prepare for 4 hours. It's not just that you have to have command over the content, but it is that you have to think about how you're going to unfold the pieces of information to the students, simple se shuru karke complex and all that. So you find that you are actually studying all the time. So it was very difficult in the beginning.
Even actually you have to, sorry to interrupt you, you have to especially convey your thing and your subject on the simplest level of idea.
Exactly, simplest level that the students will be able to grasp. So that I found initially very difficult because it's like every lecture is a performance that way. So you have to work hard. But eventually I got the hang of it, and then I realized that it's not the content that I have to directly transfer to the students, but it is something in between the lines that actually I have to convey to the students, something that is not written in the textbooks and something that they will not get from other sources. Nice. So yes, eventually I learned that, and then every lecture session of mine was something that I started looking forward to. It was something enjoyable, joyful experience.
I had some actually beautiful thing in it, and then insightful, so much insight, so much experience, especially some out of the box thing you meant to say.
Exactly, and there is how much ever you plan, every lecture is not like a planned performance.
You're right.
You always come out getting something new from the students also.
That actually happened with me, so I can agree with that.
Yes. So that way I've really evolved as a teacher here over all these years in D.Y. Patel. And as a human being, if you ask me, because it was my first job,
Yes, definitely.
so I had no work experience per se. So here I have learned, how to conduct myself in a work environment and how to interact with people at different levels.
So you're teaching as well as you're also learning at that
Yes,
time.
my social interactions actually have been built in DY Patel. When to be polite, when to be stern, and what kind of tone I should use with people. So all this has come through my learning process during my stay at DY
Yes,
Patel.
yes.
So yeah, I have
Thank God,
evolved a lot.
actually, she used a very sweet tone for me now this time. She's not this time with me. She's not
Oh.
sweet with me. Okay, I'm actually quite sweet, so yeah, she knows about that.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I also want to ask you one question because you told me about that. Every lecture was a performance for you. It was like the performance. So,
Yes.
I mean, you felt any kind of or a bit of nervousness before the.
Yes, I was, yes. Every lecture I had carried that butterflies in my stomach all the time because I have something planned in my mind and I wanted it to come up that way. So that's why there was anxiety, whether it turns out the way you have planned. So it was there in the beginning.
And that's good actually for us, especially me as a performer. One of my director, he told me that if you are having those butterflies in your stomach and you are feeling nervousness before your performance, that's fine, that's right, because that should be.
That
That should be done with you. That should be actually happen with you. Because if it is not happening, then you are being mechanical. So it should be with you, and it should be happen with you all the time. So you will work hard
You will
because
work
of that,
hard.
especially because you have a fear. Okay?
Right. And you take your work seriously.
You take your work seriously,
You're not taking things for granted also.
Yes. Okay. The second question is that what made you choose the field of biotechnology, especially? Okay. How did you prepare yourself for this since school and college days?
Actually, frankly speaking, it was not biotechnology that I chose because my expertise is in zoology. So I have
Yes.
completed my doctorate in zoology.
You
But
slightly changed or transformed.
yeah, so what had happened was that I was in a batch in zoology in that particular year when biotechnology was newly introduced. So it was introduced into our syllabus and I got acquainted with biotechnology during my post-graduation and I started to like it. In fact, whatever content of zoology I had studied during my undergraduation, of course it was my liking, it was my inclination, biology. And when this biotechnology content got added into it, I was really amazed by the things that are possible at a molecular level, which I was not familiar with during my undergraduation. So that was my first acquaintance with biotechnology and that, turned my attention towards it. And then I'm so happy that when I was looking for a job and I was entering into academics, I got a chance to, get into the biotechnology department. Yeah.
Especially because I was also from biostream at the 12th and then BSc
Oh,
biology.
lovely, great. Yeah,
Yes,
so we have that common between us.
that
Yes.
common thing. So at that time in my college days, when I was in my intermediate 10+2, biotechnology at that time was introducing. And actually it was coming in 2005 especially.
Right. Yeah.
So at the time actually I came to know about that. I was quite excited. Oh my god, actually the new streams are coming.
Exactly, it was a
So,
new technology
new technology,
with a huge potential, and it's proving its worth now, as we
Yes,
can see.
Definitely, yes. Okay. So the other one question is there. The third one, which is important for us especially, and I think you are prepared for that. You know about that. Dr. Vijay Patel is an inspiration for all of us. How has he motivated you? And I'm sure actually you have met with him earlier.
Okay, yeah, actually, when I saw Vijay sir for the first time, to be very frank with you, I was struck by his impressive personality. I mean, you should give it to him. He's a handsome, good-looking man. So the first thing was that I was attracted to that personality, and that in itself was an inspiration. I immediately was, because I was a new employee here. I was immediately filled with, a sense of importance and pride. I said, no, I am going to work really hard in this organization. And who doesn't want to be in an organization that is led by a personality like this? So that was my first inspiration actually. And then over a period of time, I've had, multiple opportunities of watching him operate on different platforms. Like we had these convocation pre-events and NAC inspections and all that. So I have seen him operate and I was really amazed by his presence of mind and his eloquence. If you have heard Vijay Patel speak,
Yes,
he
yes,
speaks
definitely.
so well. And the way he conducts himself and interacts with his employees. And actually Vijay sir has a knack of kindling a sense of trust within you. Like you feel that you can rest your trust into him. There is a sense of security. So वो saying होता है ना कि if when God is in heaven, everything is well with the world.
Yes,
So it is like that. When Vijay sir is in office, everything is well with the university. It is something like that too,
Especially, actually, he gives you the power, so much
Yes,
motivation.
Yes, the motivation.
the
Yes, you
motivation
want to do something
Yes.
for the organization that is led by him.
Yes, you are quite right about that. And tell me also about your meeting and support you had from Miss Devjani Das Gupta.
Oh,
She is enlightening.
Devjani ma'am was like a guiding angel, I would say. From the time that she joined us in the year 2012, and quite an approachable angel at that. When we say angel, these are personalities that are far away from us,
Oh, yes,
out
yes.
of our reach.
Quite
Ma'am is quite approachable, and I would say that as accomplished as ma'am is an academician. I mean, you have known her.
I've
so
actually
yeah.
met with her, especially talked with her. Especially, I only tell her, and she is only the living being around me nowadays. And I call her that when I meet with you, I talk with you. You are the enlightened one. You're the enlightened personality.
Correct.
Because she knows about the spirituality, she knows about the
She's
science.
a guru figure, really.
A guru figure actually. She follows Swami Vivekanand and Ramkrishna Paramahansa's teachings. She told me everything, especially about that.
Really.
So we discussed also on the spirituality, some topics. So I just came to know about that. Oh my God, she is completely knowledgeable and very accomplished woman who knows about the science also, who knows also about the spirituality
And the
So,
strength of the mind.
the strength of
Yeah,
the mind.
the strength of the mind, the strength of what one can do within oneself. So yeah, and that's what struck me is also her very capable administrative skills. Whenever we have events, her command over the situation, her hold over the staff. So many innovations that she has introduced into the school definitely has contributed towards the school going to greater heights, and going closer to excellence. In fact,
एक ही चीज मतलब वो करती है सरप्राइज सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट अबाउट दैट क्या गुस्सा होती है वो कभी गुस्सा लगती नहीं है मुझे वो
she has a different way of handling when she is not happy.
Okay.
हाँ, उनकी
दिखता तो है ही
spirituality I guess काम आती है उसमें कि वो convey तो करते हैं उनका displeasure but not getting angry.
Okay.
So that is also something that we have learned from her, and my personal growth also, I would say, whether it is academics, research, I owe a lot to Devjani ma'am and her influence.
Well, now lot to know about especially Dr. Jyoti now this time. कुछ क्वेश्चन अब मेरे पास है जो सीधे डायरेक्ट आपसे होंगे और आपसे रिलेटेड होंगे. Okay, what is the greatest lesson you got from your student or students? How you learned it?
Yeah, actually from the students, since I've been interacting with the students for the purpose of teaching, what I have actually learned from my students is how to teach. As I told you how I evolved as a teacher, I gradually came to know that students is a varied lot. You don't have one type of student. There are so many different types of personalities and they're all put together into one class. So there is a very different technique of handling a class per se than handling an individual student if I was taking tuitions or something,
Yes. Okay.
So I have to understand the different capabilities that the students have, or the strengths and the weaknesses that different students will be
Yes,
having.
definitely.
What kind of guidance do they require? That also differs from student to student. So when I have a brief interaction with the students in a generalized way in the class, how do I interact with them? At what level do I go? How much friendly should I be? How much I shouldn't be? So this all I've learned from the students.
Sometimes they listen, sometimes they
Sometimes they
don't listen.
don't.
और एक के साथ जो स्पेशली जो प्रिंसिपल काम कर रहा है या तरीका काम कर रहा है दूसरे
दूसरे के साथ काम नहीं करे. एग्जैक्टली, इट्स अ कंबाइंड लॉट.
हाँ.
तो आप ऐसे इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर सकते जैसे एक इंडिविजुअल के साथ कर रहे हो. सो यू हैव टू यूज अ डिफरेंट टेक्निक व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्टूडेंट्स.
No, quite right.
अच्छा, एज ग्रुप भी ऐसा है कि दे आर क्लोज टू योर ओन एज, दे आर ऑलमोस्ट एडल्ट्स. सो यू हैव टू अगेन नॉट ट्रीट देम एज इफ यू आर हैविंग कंप्लीट कंट्रोल ओवर देम, लाइक यू जैसे स्कूल्स में भी शायद नहीं करते हैं लेकिन चिल्लाते हैं क्लास में. यू हैव टू हैव अ क्लास
Yes,
कंट्रोल.
definitely.
There is a different way over here to interact with the students and have control over there and try to grab their attention.
Yes, yes. Otherwise, actually, they will be rigid. So you have to
They will
only
be rigid.
to make them understand. And,
Or you will lose their attention if you
Yes.
are not holding it.
you know, you are right. Especially, and I told you earlier, मैंने कहा तो मतलब एज ग्रुप का वो इतना नियर बाय आसपास लगता है. You don't actually look like so much older, ना? No, so much senior. That's why.
हाँ, वो तो होता ही, मतलब यू आर ऑलमोस्ट इंटरेक्टिंग विद एडल्ट्स, ऐसे हो जाता है.
Yes. No, it was also the compliment actually for you.
Okay, thank you.
You look like that. Okay, if you would have not be a professor, you would be.
Well, actually, if you would have asked me this question before when I'd still not chosen my profession,
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to answer because I didn't really have a plan that way. But now,
That's
if you
great.
ask me, I think I would have loved to be, writing a book or something.
You're the writer,
Yeah.
especially. I would love to know what you're reading and what you're writing nowadays. Okay, which is the one book you would recommend everyone to read? It's only about the recommendation. It's not only about the favorite. Favorite book मैं बाद में भी पूछूंगा, बाद में पूछ भी सकता हूँ. But you would tell us कि okay, this book I recommend.
Oh, okay. So if you have asked me the question that way, I would probably not be able to give you an answer because I generally am not into reading non-fiction. So books that I would otherwise recommend
anything,
for a
any book.
purpose other than entertainment, probably I won't be able to. But for entertainment, what I am inclined to fiction work is I am inclined more towards fantasy, crime, and legal dramas basically.
एक और कॉमन चीज है, मतलब कॉमन चीजें होती जा रही है. That's great.
हाँ जी.
Maybe actually you have read Shankar Shesh play. Shankar Shesh play. It was Fandi. Fandi was good.
I have not
और अगाथा क्रिस्टी का
Yes, yes. Agatha Christie,
Mother
yes.
of the
I've read
Orient
all
Express.
of them, and I'm really, I love Agatha Christie, and I read them all over again and again.
Oh,
You know,
Last night, especially, I watched the movie Murder on the Orient Express.
Murder on the Orient
Kenneth
Express
Branagh
is
and
best.
Janet
Yeah.
Leigh all was them actually. So it was wonderful actually to know about that. Especially you. So you recommend Agatha Christie's novels?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
If you are into that, and if you are interested in real nice crime dramas,
स्पेशली क्या, क्योंकि पल्प वही लिखते हैं अच्छा, और वेस्ट में काफी अच्छा पल्प लिखा गया. नॉट हिंदुस्तान में ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं लिखा गया, अच्छा लिखा गया, बट स्पेशली
I
इन
think Blomkes Bakshi is really good.
डिटेक्टिव. बट व्हाट यू वुड प्रेफर, अगर फिक्शन में कोई बुक आपको प्रेफर करनी हो, किस राइटर की, इन द पल्प स्पेशली? ओके, सुरेंद्र मोहन पाठक और वेद प्रकाश शर्मा.
I'm not clear with this terminology. Pulp. What do you mean by that?
पल्प स्पेशली वो पहले पॉकेट बुक्स लेकर चलते थे ना, ये बिल्कुल वैसे ही होते हैं. दे आर लाइक दैट, स्पेशली के वही जासूसी उपन्यास ले लिए, डिटेक्टिव नॉवेल्स, समथिंग लाइक दैट. और ट्रेन में पढ़ते पढ़ते जाना है. सेम लाइक देयर वाज हैपनिंग इन द वेस्ट एट दैट टाइम with Agatha Christie and all, and maybe Sidney Sheldon also.
Sydney
इस
Sheldon.
तरह
Yeah,
के जो
Sydney
writers
Sheldon is a
हैं.
little bit of a thriller kind of friend. Yeah, I was interested in reading Sydney Sheldon some time back,
Cheese novel.
Yes.
Yes, it was like that. So हिंदुस्तान में ऐसा किसी का आपके पास सुरेंद्र मोहन पाठक or something like that?
I am not familiar with Indian authors.
Okay, great. So I would definitely note about
But
that.
maybe I would ask you to recommend so that I would
Oh,
explore.
for sure. Definitely we will talk about that, especially in the literature section.
Yes, correct.
that whom writer and which writer actually they would read. Okay, what do you do in your free time, if you have any, if you get? Okay, how do you juggle your hobbies with your career?
Yeah, we do get a bit of free time for sure. I generally like writing, so I write poetry, and I have tried to write a few articles which are related to my profession.
Okay.
But otherwise also, I am really interested in writing fiction, and that too science fiction. But I have not actually progressed much with that. पर इंटरेस्ट
fiction
है
है
मुझे बिल्कुल भी. मतलब ऐसा है कि अगर चांस मिले तो for sure I will explore more
I would
into that
definitely
particular
want to make
area.
a short movie for your fiction, but please write it. I want actually you to write it. Why you are not writing then on the cloning, human cloning? There is
Yes,
only one
yes.
movie, replicas of Keanu Reeves. I have just watched. अभी तक शायद एक ही कोई एक मूवी आई cloning पर.
I have some idea in mind, but it's really that I have not really got that much of free time to let my imagination free and actually work
Or maybe
upon
there
what
is some
I want.
writer's block, और एक वो अभी तक की हाथ में नहीं आ रही कि अभी now.
Actually, frankly speaking, I haven't written anything till now. Okay, so
There
ये
is a
किस
writer's
basis पे मैं बोल रही हूँ कि मैं लिखूंगी मुझे पता नहीं, but I have an inner confidence in me that probably I will.
So once actually you need only just
Sometime.
one key or the one kick, then actually you will
Maybe,
go in that flow.
yeah.
Wow. Definitely, I would love to listen to your stories and ideas, especially about that. Okay, what are the career opportunities for students of biotech?
Okay. Biotechnology actually is a technology, that touches human lives in different ways. It is not alienated or removed from human life. So whether it is pharmaceuticals, or it is say food industry, or as varied as agriculture or cosmetics even, or cosmeceuticals, everywhere biotechnology applications are there. So I think if the students want to enter into the stream of academics, they want to enter into research or industry or even entrepreneurship,
Wow.
multiple opportunities are there, career opportunities are there for the students with their biotechnology specialization.
They can be the entrepreneur especially, and they just don't need to even step to the academics if they want to, explore that
Absolutely,
side.
absolutely. Even household lifestyle products also, there are applications of biotechnology in that. So biotechnology is kind of seeping into the lives of people. So career opportunities का कोई डर ही नहीं है.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, there is one question. What is this Crispr technology all about? Will that? I mean, you can tell us
Right.
about.
So it is the latest technology that has come in. Simple terms मैं बताऊंगी
please.
CRISPR, because CRISPR has a full form, but it will not really make sense here unless I've told what it is.
Okay.
So actually this phenomenon was seen in bacteria.
Okay.
बैक्टीरिया में ये phenomenon देखा था
हाँ.
कि when a bacterium is infected with a virus, तो वायरस अपना डीएनए छोड़ जाता है बैक्टीरिया में जब इन्फेक्शन होता है.
Okay.
So these bacteria pick out that viral DNA, cut it into pieces and store them. तो बैक्टीरिया में एक मेमोरी सा हो जाता है उस वायरस के बारे में.
Oh, okay.
एंड द नेक्स्ट टाइम द सेम बैक्टीरियम इज इन्फेक्टेड विद दिस वायरस, उनको याद रहता है क्योंकि उनके पास वो डीएनए है. सो दे यूज दैट डीएनए विच दे हैव एज अ मेमोरी टू अटैक द न्यूली इंसर्टेड वायरल डीएनए एंड किल इट.
Okay.
हाँ, तो जैसे अपने इसमें एंटीबॉडीज होते हैं कि पहले तो देख लेते हैं एंटीजन कौन सा है, फिर एंटीबॉडीज बन जाती है अपने शरीर में, और फिर वो एंटीबॉडीज अटैक करती है जो भी
Oh yes, WBCs and all.
फॉरेन, हाँ,
especially.
फॉरेन बॉडी. उसी तरह बैक्टीरिया में ये मैकेनिज्म है कि डीएनए स्टोर करके रख देते हैं वायरस का, एंड
इतने माइन्यूट लेवल पर भी इतनी बड़ी चीजें चल रही होती हैं especially.
तो इट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एक्चुअली कि छोटे छोटे डीएनए पीसेस जो भी वो वायरस से मिलते हैं वो स्टोर करके रख देते हैं, एंड दे यूज इट फॉर देयर ओन डिफेंस.
Because I know about the bacteriophage virus, वो जो गंगा जल में पाया जाता है कि वो एक काम करता है.
बैक्टीरियोफेज इज अ वायरस, या सो इट इज अ वायरस दैट इन्फेक्ट्स बैक्टीरिया.
Yes.
तो उनके जो डीएनए होते हैं वो कलेक्ट करके रख दिए जाते हैं बैक्टीरिया के डीएनए में. तो दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फिनोमिनन विच वाज सीन इन द बैक्टीरिया. तो अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि हम ये यूज कर रहे हैं जो डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म लोअर प्रोकैरियोट्स में देखा जाता है.
Okay.
वी आर गोइंग टू यूज दिस मैकेनिज्म के
Prokaryotic cells, okay,
या
yes.
तो वो जो डीएनए से आरएनए बनता है, तो वो जो आरएनए बनता है हमारे डीएनए में कोई स्पेसिफिक एरिया ऐसा हो कि जहाँ पे म्यूटेशन है, मतलब वो डीएनए ठीक नहीं है, तो हमको वो कट करके रिप्लेस करना होगा. तो हम ये मैकेनिज्म यूज करते हैं कि वो डीएनए का कॉपी ले लो और यहाँ से वहाँ पे अटैच कर दो, वो गलत वाला डीएनए कट कर दो और अपना ही रिपेयर सिस्टम अच्छा वाला डीएनए वहाँ पे लगा दो. तो ये मैकेनिज्म हमने सोचा हुआ है यूजिंग द मैकेनिज्म दैट द बैक्टीरिया हैव इन देम फ्रॉम सो मेनी इयर्स, यू नो. सो इफ दिस इज रियली पॉसिबल, which on the what you say experimental stage it is possible, so when it actually comes on the clinical grounds, it is going to lead to marvels.
Basically the revolutionary changes.
एकदम
It will be the actually revolution. Yes. Wow.
We will have, you know, cures to diseases that we had never thought that we would be able to do.
Wonderful. So
At the
especially-
genetic level.
Yes. So we are experiencing it especially, and it is working. You mean to say?
Yes.
We are
Yes.
experimenting.
We are only
on
a little short of actually achieving that.
Okay. We are checking that. Okay. Describe your experience with the grant writing and securing funding for biotechnology research projects.
Okay. Personally, if you ask me, I have, got a intramural grant from Vijay Patel University itself, seed money for that. But having looked at it from a generalized point of view, I would say that there are 5 things actually that you have to keep in mind when you're writing a grant or you're asking for funds for a research problem. सबसे पहले ये है कि your problem should be significant or important in some way.
Yes.
In the current times. मतलब दुनिया गुजर रही है कोविड पैंडेमिक से, एंड देन यू से दैट यू वांट टू वर्क ऑन हाउ टू लिव ऑन मार्स, तो वो रेलेवेंट नहीं होगा. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी रेलेवेंट. सो इन द करंट टाइम्स योर प्रॉब्लम हैज टू बी रेलेवेंट. ये सबसे पहले याद रखना चाहिए कि सिग्निफिकेंस है. दूसरा है कि when you are telling that okay I will work on this problem, तो आपको एक well reasoned out methodology होना चाहिए. That should be there with you. You should know how to work upon that. So a methodology that you can justify very well. तीसरा के problem innovative होना चाहिए. It not that 100 people have worked upon it and you are also just changing a small part of it and working upon. तो उसमें एक element of innovation जरूरी है. So innovation has to be there. Fourth is that आप as a principal investigator और आपकी जो team है, this team has to be equipped. आप में वो expertise होना चाहिए. आप जो भी problem undertake कर रहे हो, you should know that you have the expertise to undertake that problem, and that will be shown by the work that you have done till now. So that has to be there. एंड फाइनल ये है कि यू शुड बी एबल टू गिव अ प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस कि कितना परसेंटेज आपको लगता है कि सक्सेस मिलेगा एट द एंड ऑफ वर्किंग ऑन दिस प्रॉब्लम. सो दैट विल बी टोल्ड बाय हाउ मच वर्क यू ऑलरेडी डन बिफोर. तो कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क यू हैव डन, कुछ आपको करना है. तो अगर आप ग्रांट ऐसे ये 5 चीजें सोच के लिखते हो तो डेफिनेटली
you'll get your grant.
यस.
वंडरफुल. सो जो भी यहाँ पर हम लोगों को सुन रहे हैं एंड इवेंचुअली बाद में आप लोग हमें देखेंगे भी, तो उन सबके लिए ये जो अपनी तरफ से स्पेशली जो 5 तैयारियों के लिए आपको बताए हैं, या आपको साइंस दिए गए हैं, या आपको तैयारियों के लिए प्रिकॉशंस दिए गए हैं, वो प्लीज लेकर चले अपने साथ जो प्रिंसिपल्स हैं. तो डेफिनेटली आपको ग्रांट मिल जाएगी, जो कहना है डॉक्टर ज्योति का.
Definitely. Keep these 5 points in mind for sure.
Wow. Okay, how would you promote interdisciplinary collaboration within the field of biotechnology and foster a collaborative research environment among students and colleagues?
Okay. I think the nature of science is interdisciplinary basically. Although when we study it as this branch, this expertise. Finally, when you get into research, you realize that it is interdisciplinary. कोई भी ऐसा research problem नहीं है कि जो आप सिर्फ अपने ही expertise के साथ solve कर सकें. You will always have to incorporate something. You have to incorporate statistics. You have to incorporate mathematics. If I am a biology person, I'll have to incorporate these things. Maybe I have to incorporate computational biology. तो मैं इतने सारे वेपन्स तो मुझे यूज करने पड़ेंगे वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए. सो यू कैन नॉट वर्क विथ ओनली योर डिसिप्लिन. सो साइंस इन इटसेल्फ इज इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी. सो व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग ऑन रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम्स, हमारे यहाँ तो एटलीस्ट इन आवर स्कूल, सो वी हैव पीपल फ्रॉम डिफरेंट एक्सपर्टीज इन डिफरेंट फील्ड्स. सो वी ऑलवेज टेक आवर स्टूडेंट्स एंड वी वर्क टुगेदर सो दैट वी कैन गेट सम इंफॉर्मेशन एंड सम वर्क डन with a particular faculty who has expertise in say computational biology, bioinformatics, some work done from somebody who is an expert in microbiology. So like that we put together the expertise of different people. So research is collaborative in nature. So you are getting into a research activity, you will know how it is. So you don't really have to push yourself towards going across disciplines. अपने आप हो ही जाता है.
Even actually you take also some help from your colleagues.
Yes, you have to. You have to take expertise from people when you are solving a problem.
Wow, definitely. Yes, you're right about that. Okay. Can you provide examples of recent advances in biotechnology that have had a significant impact on healthcare or agriculture?
Okay, I would say there is a potential application. मतलब ऐसे हुआ ही है, अभी तक ऐसा नहीं है, but there's a potential application that I am really amazed by and interested in. Nanotechnology आपने सुना होगा कि so
I've also seen it, especially Marvel's Avengers nanotechnology, which is used by Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
we know about this.
Right, correct. So it's in science fiction. It is actually not fiction anymore. It has become a reality too. So in nanotechnology, you use these nanoparticles, and sometimes these nanoparticles are used as medicine, targeted medicine generally. So they can target a particular place where you want to deliver the medicine to.
Okay.
So this is happening. Okay, but when you are integrating artificial intelligence along with the nanoparticles, where you can control the nanoparticles from outside, and you will be able to swarm intelligence बोलते हैं ना, where you will be able to call in the nanoparticles together at one time, cause them to dissipate at other times. So there is controlled assembly, disassembly of nanoparticles. If that can happen, it will be really revolutionary.
Wow, wonderful. Especially you are talking about the control, the nanoparticles and
nanoparticles, controlling them. Even if they have been introduced into the body, you can control them. They are at various places within the body that they have got distributed with blood. You can control them from outside and call them together.
Wow.
They go to a particular place. Say you want to target cancer cells, so they will be able to target cancer cells that way.
Wow.
So that will be revolutionary.
beautifully explained, especially about that. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you about some very good questions to you, especially our rapid fire round. So I think you are ready with that. So you have to
Yeah.
actually give a quick answer, and I know you are quite excited about that, especially. So rapid fire के लिए हम भी ready हैं यहाँ पर. So I know you are ready. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The best advice you got in your career.
I think the best advice I've got is to keep on going, no matter what happens. If things, if today was not good, it is okay. There's always tomorrow.
Tomorrow will
So
be good.
keep going, and that is how you will. And in fact, with respect to research, I remember one advice that Dejani ma'am had given. This is with respect to time management. You know, when you are in your profession and you are teaching and you have so many other administrative responsibilities also. कभी-कभी research कभी पीछे छूट जाता है. You know, you feel that okay because you don't really have to fulfill something and give. एक deadline नहीं होता research के लिए. It is your own discipline that tells you that okay you have to complete this say in this month or something.
Okay.
So research generally पीछे छूट जाता है and you are trying to meet other deadlines in your work.
Right.
So Debjani ma'am had advised that don't treat research that way as something that you will do when you get free time, because probably you may not get free time at all.
You know, like that.
So it is something which is continuous. It's a continuous process. So keep doing it parallelly with all the work that you are doing. You know, every day you are having say done some duties that are there on your plate. Okay, go home, open up something that you had left the last day, and go through it. Maybe for
Maybe get
half
time
an
only
hour,
for the half an
half
hour,
an hour, 1 hour,
20 minutes,
whatever.
25
But it
minutes,
should be a
45
continuous process.
Oh,
So yes, I'm trying to implement that.
Especially push up yourself even for the one step.
Yes.
Daily.
Take one tiny step every day.
Every day. Wow, wonderful. Great. The happiest moment of your life.
Actually, I can't pinpoint a particular moment as happy.
You got several happy
so many.
moments.
Maybe when I stood first in my undergraduate, that is in my BSc, that was a happy moment. When I stood first in college.
Wow.
When I completed my PhD, that was a happy moment.
Happiest moment.
So
Okay.
yeah, there were many happy moments.
Okay. The saddest moment of your life. You don't want to remember.
I would say not really. Touch wood. I've not really had a huge loss or something. So no, I wouldn't say this was the saddest moment of my life.
You know,
I
okay,
might
okay.
have felt sad many times, but that is life, isn't it?
Okay. Great. Oh, the challenging moment of your life.
Again, there have been many challenging moments. Every time,
Especially with your research.
research
तो
is
वो कभी complete होती
challenging.
नहीं है.
Teaching was challenging in the beginning. In the phase when I was learning to drive, that was very challenging.
Okay.
So yeah, and that I would say was when I finally conquered that fear that I had with respect to driving. I think that was a happy moment for me.
Wow, wonderful. So you drive nowadays.
Yeah, I drive.
Great.
Yeah,
The 4-wheeler you drive or
yes,
2-wheeler.
4-wheeler.
Oh, great. Finally you conquered that.
Yes. So it's my personal kind of
It's like
achievement,
the personal achieving and especially winning. Okay. Your favorite book. Now you can tell us, especially.
So yeah, I would say I'll go for Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie.
The author is my favorite, and all her work is my favorite. All her
One time,
collection.
especially, I'm seeing a person who is in the field of science now, and same time, simultaneously, she is the fond of especially these detective novels.
Yes.
You know,
I'm
pulp
really
novels
fond of
especially.
crime. Even if it is seeing television series, I would be more inclined towards crime dramas.
Crime or the suits or criminal justice, something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Okay. Wow, wonderful. So you're the first kind of person I've met in my life.
Oh,
especially
really?
Nowadays, actually, she's into science, and she's also same time she's liking that.
Oh, yeah.
Detective novels and something like that. Wow. Okay. Okay. Which actor is your favorite?
See, that way I would say the well-known actors that are there, I would say they are my favorites too. But I'm more of a director kind of person.
Okay.
See, otherwise if you ask me, then Naseeruddin Shah, Farooq Sheikh, Anupam Kher, these are my
You
favorite
were more into the
actors.
pedal cinema and the
Yeah,
new wave cinema.
yeah.
Okay.
But when I'm looking for what film I would watch, I would more be interested in who is directed, because I have my own liking towards direction of certain people, like Zoya Akhtar.
Yeah.
All works of Zoya Akhtar. Now I don't have to think whether I have to watch that movie or not, and I would probably not even see who is playing what role in
playing
it,
what.
who are the actors.
Well,
It is
I'm
enough for
just
me to
thinking
know that it is being directed by Zoya Akhtar. Brilliant director.
Oh, okay.
Another completely different kind of movies, Priyadarshan movies.
Yeah,
If
yes,
you know,
definitely.
I
Fun
simply
movies,
enjoy
basically.
Priyadarshan's. Yeah.
Okay. You have told me about your book. Okay, favorite movie? Okay, that's all movies you are favorite.
Yeah. So I wouldn't, tell one particular movie as favorite.
Okay. Favorite food?
Favorite food. I mean, maybe you would be surprised. I actually, my comfort food is varan bhat. You know about my dal?
अच्छा दाल भात. That's mine especially. अरहर की दाल.
It
और
is my
भात
comfort
especially.
food. Any time.
Wow. Especially. Okay. मतलब होटल रेस्टोरेंट में जाओ तो बस सोचना ज्यादा नहीं पड़ता कि लोग ये सोच
नहीं
रहे हैं
रेस्टोरेंट में तो मिलेगा ही नहीं आपको, मतलब मिल सकता
हाँ, वो
है
मिलता है,
but
पर वो
simple
क्वालिटी नहीं
food
मिलेगी.
है, हाँ.
Right. Wow. Okay. Favorite holiday destination?
I'm not into traveling so much. So I would like to be at home. I think my favorite holiday destination would be home.
Okay, you're that kind of person. Sometimes your science showing me that you're as a Cancerian. Are you the Cancerian? I don't know, especially the zodiac sign.
Ariel.
Characteristics like that.
Okay.
Because they love their home so much. The Cancerians are
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Okay. Okay, there was our rapid fire round. ये था हमारा rapid fire round. अब कुछ insights लेकर चलता हूँ वो डॉक्टर ज्योति की लाइफ के हमें पता चलेंगे. तो insights के उन बुक शुरुआत करते हैं. An idea that changed your life.
It's not that it suddenly came to me or somebody gave it to me, but eventually I realized, that be yourself and किसी को please करने मत जाओ.
Yes. Just do your work.
Even if it's a very close person of yours, it's very difficult to please someone. So you just do what you can do. If you have an intention of doing something good for someone, do it, but not for the reason that that person will be pleased. Be real, be yourself, and don't really change for anyone unless you yourself want to change something about you.
Okay. मतलब also, if you love someone, you show the love.
Yes,
but
you show that you have an intention of doing good, but then don't expect that
the love in the return, or don't beg for that.
You might really get it with pleasing that particular person. You may not.
You're only just showing a caring. Okay, I care
it's
about
okay.
that.
You did what you could.
Okay. Wow, wonderful. It's kind of the balancing thing.
Yeah.
Okay. How success has changed you?
It's not a one-time success, but whenever I'm successful in small things, it is a kind of motivation. You feel good about yourself. You feel positive, and I think one success leads to another, which is also true. Although people say that you should also failures also teach you a lot. So when you fail, instead of quitting, you know that you have to work harder. The same way success also motivates you. Makes you push a little bit more with your boundaries, so that okay, I've got this much, maybe I'll get this much too. Maybe I'll reach that high.
So it has changed you in that way that actually you push yourself.
Yeah, it motivates.
Okay, motivates. Okay, the best role of your life: mother, wife, daughter, and teacher.
Okay, I'm not a mother, so I think more than the roles that I play for somebody else, I think the best role of my life has been to be myself. And when I excel in being myself, I think I excel in all the other roles.
Okay. So a good wife.
So I will be a good wife, I will be a good daughter, I will be everything if I'm a good me.
So especially actually you are being yourself, especially
Yes,
you're one
I'm a good me, so
I
I
will
will
only
be,
do yourself.
so I'll be good at everything else, that's what I feel.
Okay. The important thing. Okay, do you cry sometime?
All the time, I cry, I howl. Completely.
You like
yeah.
But
I let
I think that
myself
you're just so much content and so much serious, especially. So
I let
you're
myself
howling
go.
like that.
I howl also. I let myself go completely.
That's beautiful thing actually. I have met the second person actually who is crying, and especially not crying, howling like that, and completely agree with that because you believe especially in catharsis. कि चलो ठीक है यार काफी चीजें बह रही हैं कैथारसिस तो हो रहा है actually I'm purifying myself, detoxing myself, detoxing my soul especially because I think that is a very beautiful thing in my life. If you cry, that is also a beautiful thing. It's not only कि चलो यार चार लोगों के साथ मिलकर हम हंस लिए तो एक कहावत होती है हंस लो तो ज्यादा अच्छा है, but it's also good with the cry that if you cry with yourself, that is beautiful for you because you're
let
detoxing
go of
yourself.
things
Let go
and,
of things. अब जब चीजें नहीं हो सकती आपके हाथ से तो आप क्या कर लोगे उसके लिए स्पेशली, तो ठीक है आप थोड़ा कैथारसिस अपना कर लो स्पेशली, उसके लिए ज्यादा परेशान होने से फायदा ज्यादा होने वाला.
रोल लेने से है मतलब बाद में कुछ आ जाता है फिर धीरे धीरे स्टार्ट फीलिंग दैट ओके देयर इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन डू अबाउट इट. वो आ जाता है धीरे धीरे. पहले रो तो लो मतलब लेट इट ऑल कम आउट.
Wow, beautifully explained, especially. Okay. Okay. Any message you want to convey to anyone? I'm not saying especially
On
that
this
students.
school, not really.
Now this time on this show or on this talk, anyone in your life.
I would say this, that the idea that I have got, you know, that be yourself, be real, and only compare yourself with yourself and not to anybody else.
Okay, ये तो एक मोटिवेटिंग मैसेज हो. मतलब एनी मैसेज यू वांट टू से कि कभी किसी से कुछ कहा नहीं, कहना चाह रहे थे, कह नहीं पाए या बता नहीं पाए, जता
Not
नहीं
really.
पाए.
No.
Okay, so now there was the insights और अब कुछ है this or that round वाले मेरे पास क्वेश्चंस, वो मैं पूछता हूँ. Okay, वेज और नॉन वेज?
Veg and chicken.
वेज एंड चिकन. ये एक और एक अलग वाला सेगमेंट है.
It is I don't know anything about non-veg except for chicken. I love chicken, so it is veg and chicken.
स्पेशली वो है ना आजकल नए मैसेज और आ रहे हैं टाइपों के कि हाँ विदेश में सिर्फ एक्चुअली अब तो खैर नया आ गया, वीगन आ गया, वेज और नॉन वेज पाए जाते हैं. इंडिया में 7 अलग तरीके के
Exactly.
वेज और नॉन वेज पाए जाते हैं, स्पेशली लाइक दैट. बट ओके, लाइक दैट आई एम द एक्चुअली द वेज एंड द एगिटेरियन. मेरे वाला तो वाला है. ओके, टी और कॉफी?
Both.
डिपेंड्स करता है टाइम ऑन टाइम.
हाँ.
ओके, जिम और योगा?
योगा तो नहीं, but yoga to nahi, but it's not that I hate the gym. I work out at home. Minimum
You
equipment.
just walk something like that?
No, minimum equipment. I do a proper workout. Just dumbbells and mat hota hai.
She is a champion woman now. What you are actually up to? I don't know. Because yes, definitely you don't look like that. You know, you need that. You don't look like you're fit. You're quite fit.
Everybody needs workout actually, right?
To be fit, especially yes. Okay, early riser or night owl?
Night owl.
Night
completely.
owl. उसके बावजूद भी early riser exercise वगैरह.
Yes. That morning time I need for my sleep, but night में कितना भी I can continue.
Wow. Okay, emotional or practical?
Emotionally practical.
Emotionally practical. Wow. Okay, books or Kindle?
Both.
No, you are actually quite familiar with
Actually
the
Kindle
technology.
nowadays because
You can't carry.
Yeah, and with
Especially
the
your
glasses,
specs.
you know.
Okay, you look good also with the specs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Mountains always. Okay, religious or spiritual?
You probably won't like my answer neither. Actually,
No,
neither am I
I don't actually
religious
care
nor am I
spiritual.
spiritual. I want to explore the spiritual side, but
So even you are not the atheist. You are a khoji. You are like the sadhak or sadhika. You are actually searching something. So you are not both into
Maybe,
that, not in
yeah.
the religion or in the spiritual.
neither into spiritual.
In a way, especially you are spiritual because you are searching something. Because you don't like them. Not like, especially you are not following anything.
I'm not following.
You are just
anything.
being in yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. Nice. Okay. Library or classroom?
Library.
Library. Amazon Prime or Netflix? What do you watch?
Amazon Prime.
Game of Thrones or House of Cards?
Neither, because it's not there on Amazon Prime.
Okay, especially I prefer a House of Cards. I even actually
Okay.
watched the Game of Thrones. I don't watch it. I even didn't want to watch it. I don't know why. There was so
There's a
much
craze.
hype.
There's a craze. Yeah.
There was a craze. It was like that कि वो एक craze था ना एक वक्त पर वो कि भाई कर पाना बाबूले को क्यों मारा. Anyway, actually it was not craze for me.
Yeah.
मैंने कहा ये मेरे लिए बहुत एकदम नॉर्मल चीज है. वो तो हर एक नए सिनेमा में कुछ ना कुछ दिन बाद देखने को मिलता
There is
है.
something that just spreads into the public, you know. and-
Definitely. Why it was like that? You know, overhyped sometimes, overrated sometimes, especially like that. But not only that, not only the House of Cards, especially there are so much good series, so much good movies.
Yeah,
Maybe The
yeah.
Godfather trilogy, the Matrix trilogy nowadays,
yes,
Avengers
definitely,
especially
yeah.
like that. Avatar,
Avatar, right.
first and second, and actually third and fourth they will come. Mission Impossible. So a lot of things, actually, a lot of movies are there. Okay, you can tell me also to the AI. Now it's emerging, it's booming artificial intelligence. So is it? You can tell me about the advantages and disadvantages. Is it boon or curse? In the maybe. next time?
Like
Is it
any
good?
other technology, I think it is going to be, this debate will continue as to, it depends upon how you're going to make use of it. You make a bad use of it, it's going to be a curse. You know, but if you're going to use it for solving problems, it is going to be a boon. So that is true with any kind of new technology that comes in. And artificial intelligence, however, is very, what do you say, marveling. That is, you will be amazed at what potential it is having. And we have been talking about artificial intelligence coming into our lives in science fiction movies and science fiction books all the time. So it will be great to have it actually realized, you know. You having somebody whom you can interact with, who's an artificial intelligence product, you know, a robot or something.
Nowadays, especially अभी हमारे पास आया ना वो एक जो न्यूज रीडर स्पेशली
Yeah.
कैंपली और समथिंग.
So it will be really exciting, you know, to have this. Or self-driven cars.
या फॉर द डिवाइन कैलकुलेटिंग कोई टेस्ला वाला जो है स्पेशली हम लोगों के पास.
So we've been talking about this for years together. So it would be nice to actually have it, you know, in your lives.
इन लिमिटेड वे स्पेशली जो कि हम लोगों ने इससे पहले भी देखा यूनिवर्सल सोल्जर एंड स्पेशली द मैट्रिक्स कि अब उसमें जो दिखाया था मैन वर्सेस मशीन और मैन विद द मशीन व्हाट यू डू स्पेशली. तो लोगों को यही लगता है कि वो एक कंसेप्ट है कहीं ऐसा ना हो आगे ऐसा हो.
Yes, that is always there. There is a fear that you know they will take over, or but you never know what will happen. But the advantages that are there, they are simply marvelous.
Wow, wonderful. So it was a nice insights, nice conversation and interaction with Dr. Jyoti, जो काफी सारी चीजें उन्होंने हमें बताई और उनके बारे में जानने को मिला. The breaking of the ice, and especially to know about herself. कि इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो लाइफ में इतर हैं टीचिंग के अलावा, वो आप लोगों को जानने को मिली. जल्दी ही आप लोगों को हम लोग दिखाई दे जाएंगे यूट्यूब पर. स्टे ट्यून्ड, बी विद अस. थैंक यू सो मच एंड थैंक यू सो मच ज्योति.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah.